Crystal and I just left for, 3 nights, I think?
Yeah.
And it's amazing. We just packed this tiny little cooler, and we only have, I would say, maybe 2 grocery sacks. See, the reason I think it's such a great thing is because when we used to travel, we would bring a lot of stuff. Or we would be forced to eat out a lot. And eating out a lot, for any of you that have to do that for your job or whatever, you know there's a price to pay for that too. So, because the foods, they're not as good of quality and you never know what they're putting in them. But Crystal and I just love it now. We wish that all of our kids ate this way. And our kids, because of ᴱᴿShred, our kids' diets have actually become even more simplified. And we just value simplicity. We're buying way less boxed foods.
I love our pantry now because it's not so cluttered, and I've been able to really simplify it in there, which I
Crystal's dream is to have a pantry and cupboards and drawers, and there's just nothing in them anyway.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't even know what they're there for.
I like the look of empty drawers and empty shelves.
Oh my gosh, it's so strange. But anyway, that's Crystal. She likes just absolute simplicity. It makes her feel good.
Yeah.
Well, this does make us feel good because, like, I was just thinking about, Crystal and I have been ᴱᴿshredding now for over 9 months. And so for us, it's really interesting to see that, like, I was just asking Crystal to list the foods that I eat on a daily basis. And it's kind of the same foods over and over and over again. Crystal and I have little tricks, ways to make them a little bit more interesting. Like, I incubate my Isolene Pro shake while we're driving here. I blended that up before we left and just stick it in the car. And that way we can just keep going. We don't have to stop and eat whatever's available, because that can be a really bad thing. This morning...
We got these too.
Yep. This morning we woke up, and knowing that we were going to drive for 7 hours, we had a big breakfast. I pounded the whole breakfast. It was bacon, eggs, it was steak, and what else, Crystal? I had a little bit of yogurt in there. What am I missing?
Butter, of course.
Lots of butter, salt, and I had this big breakfast knowing that this is going to be a long drive, or if it's going to be a long day. Really get yourself good and fueled so your body can pull from those fat stores the rest of the day and feel satiated from that protein. And then I'll have this, I can still go we've been going 3 hours. I could actually probably go another hour or 2 before I even touch that shake, which is kind of cool. Like, it makes life so simple. You don't have to pull into a quick restaurant or a gas station and just gorge on whatever's there
and feel like crap the whole day.
Yeah. But it's not like you have to plan ahead like crazy. That's the hard part about travel, is either you pay the price by giving in, or you pay the price by massive preparation. And with this lifestyle, it's just, things are so simple. So Crystal, can you read off my list of, these are like the foods that I eat on a daily basis. This is what I predominantly eat. Every now and then I'll have a little sweet potato. Every now and then I'll have a little squash. But beyond that, this is what I eat every day.
Yeah, here's the list. Eggs, meat, butter. We make these little egg cakes that I've shared before on a YouTube video. Butter, of course, lots of butter in our coffee. Whole yogurt, our Isolene Pro, bone broth, pork rinds, dark chocolate, berries, honey, hard cheese, avocados, and bananas. That's basically what we eat.
Every day.
Every day.
And it's interesting because I'm 9 months now, and I don't feel deprived. I don't
had a
feel...
baby by now.
Be a healthy baby.
Yeah.
Be a little caveman baby. Cavewoman baby. But the cool thing is, it's empowering. It's unbelievably empowering, and it makes travel doable, and it makes travel not so daunting. And when we do go places with the kids, it's like, oh freak, what do we got to bring for food? It's more complex than this, because the kids are accustomed to variety, and when they travel, it's kind of this notion of, we want to have what's special. We want to have different things. Whereas Crystal and I, we just see food in a completely different light now. We love the food we eat. We love what we eat. We feel so good. We're so grateful for what we eat. If we're going to have variety, we mix in just different things, like Crystal makes these Isolene Pro pancakes, stuff like that.
Well, I really relish in the quality of my food now. I'm just becoming more picky. I really just want to have grass-fed beef all the time. And so if we ever do go to a restaurant, I'm just kind of like, oh, I just wish they had grass-fed beef, you know?
Yep, I hear you. If you do have to go to a restaurant, just tell them, please don't put any spices or don't put any sauces on my food. And if you're gonna cook it on a grill or whatever, please just cook it in butter, and just tell them you have allergies, because they take that serious.
Yeah.
If you don't tell them it's an allergy, if you just say I have some major food sensitivities or I have allergies, because if you just ask and you don't say why, oftentimes they'll forget, and then you get to pay the price for that. But they'll accommodate you. You're still spending money at their establishment, so they're great. They're happy to have you there. They'll accommodate you. Gosh, isn't it great to be so in control around food? And if you can get in control around food, don't you see that you can get in control around everything? Like it's like this little microcosm type thing. It's this little it's the perfect empowerment piece. If I can do that, and I did, sure, I can do anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our story about travel. While we drive, what do we do, Crystal? We don't snack much.
Nope, we just have the beef sticks.
Yeah, we just don't. You don't need much. You don't.
Yeah.
All the constant chewing. Last thing I'll say, people always eat. They just eat all the time. When you're driving in your car, look around at stoplights and you'll see other people in other cars, and you'll either see them on their phones or they're eating. It's usually one of the two. They're either on their phones or they're eating. They eat all day long. We talk about 3 meals a day. Even bodybuilders, they talk about 6 meals a day. But forget all of that, because the majority of Americans, they never stop eating all day long, especially if they don't like what they're doing, which is their job. They'll eat just to suppress the stress of what they're doing, just to kind of dull and numb the boredom of it.
Yep.
So it is.